Chosen one. There is a prophetic reason God led you to this moment. This is not a coincidence. This is not timing by chance. Heaven arranged this meeting because your entire history just burned. 1 hour ago, in the secret archives of the Spirit, every record of your shame was set on fire. You did not stumble upon this message. You were summoned. The smoke you smell in your spirit is not a sign of destruction. It is the sign of your deliverance. God is burning the bridge to your bondage because the version of you that lived in the shadows no longer exists. What I am about to tell you carries heavy weight. Honestly, it may sound hard to believe at first, but that is exactly why you needed to hear it now. You have been conditioned by delay. You have been trained by disappointment. Your mind has been taught by pain to lower your expectations so you do not get hurt again. But right now, God is speaking something bigger than your wounds. He is speaking something larger than your past failures. He is speaking something that logic cannot explain. Your first reaction might be hesitation. Do not mistake that for rebellion. It is protection. God sees that. He knows your heart wants to believe, but your experiences taught you caution. That is why He sent this word personally. There are moments when God speaks something so radical that it confronts your entire belief system. This is one of those moments. Your history has been turned to ash so that you can no longer return to it. The shift is not coming next month or next year. Witness the shift starting in the next 60 minutes. You have prayed safe prayers. You have hoped quietly. You have believed carefully. And now God is saying, trust me enough to hear what I am about to say, even if it sounds impossible. This message sits in the prophetic tension between the fear you survived and the fire God just released. If you lean in, if you do not dismiss this, if you do not scroll past, you will realize that God is not teasing you. He is preparing you. He is preparing your heart to receive something your past self could not have handled, but your present self is finally ready for. I know you feel the heat. You feel the weight of the silence. You feel the subtle grief for a life you once knew, even if that life was a prison. The disconnection you are sensing right now is not a sign that you are lost. It is a sign that the walls of your history are officially being turned into ash. God often speaks in ways that confront everything you have learned to survive. His voice does not always align with the mental patterns you developed to protect yourself from pain. You have built a house out of your survival instincts. You built it with bricks of caution and windows of suspicion. Survival taught you to stay guarded. It trained you to expect disappointment and to prepare for loss. It told you that if you do not expect too much, your heart will not break when things fail. But today, God is burning that house down. You feel the restlessness because your spirit has outgrown the small spaces of your past. The friction you feel is not rebellion, it is revelation. It is the smoke of your old mindset clearing the way for a divine atmosphere. You are not being punished by this fire. You are being purified. Isaiah 43 verse 2 says, "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the fire, you shall not be burned. The flame shall not consume you." This fire is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to destroy the history that was destroying you. You have been tired because you have been faithful for a long time. Faithfulness in the face of delay is exhausting. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, and your heart has felt that sickness deeply. But that tiredness is not a sin. It is a sign that you have carried the weight of your calling into a season where the ground can no longer hold you. Your mind, governed by history, is trying to measure God by what happened before. It remembers the loss. It remembers the moments where prayers felt like they went into a void. This reflex is natural, but it is limited. God does not speak from your history. He speaks from your destiny. The shift you are about to witness in the next 60 minutes is a spiritual relocation. The ash under your feet is the evidence that the old contract has been cancelled. The enemy saw your blueprint and tried to keep you in the rubble. But heaven has overridden that plan. You are not behind. You are right on time. Before we step further into the flames of this revelation, we must establish a spiritual agreement. Your movement here is not just passive observation. It is active participation in a divine decree. Like this message, right now. This is not for an algorithm. It is your act of agreement. It is a spiritual nod to heaven that you are ready for your history to be incinerated. If your soul bears witness to this frequency, subscribe to this channel. We are calling forth a remnant of 1,000 souls who refuse to be defined by their ashes. Become part of this prophetic alignment so you never miss what heaven releases next. Type 99 in the comments. Let this be your signal to the universe that you perceive the new thing. Write your city and nation in the comments section. We are watching God awaken faith across every corner of the earth. For those who are supporting this mission by seeding into this ministry, your gift is prophetic trust. Whether you give through the link pinned below or the Super Thanks feature, understand this. You are not just giving, you are aligning with the assignment. I also invite you to join our inner circle through membership. This is not a simple request. It is a bridge of grace, an invitation to dwell in a deeper atmosphere of favor. Heaven honors the posture of the partner who co-labors in the Spirit. Now, stay with me. The hour of your shift has begun. Understand this deeply. God is not just changing your future, He is incinerating your past. Your history is not a museum for you to visit and mourn. Your history was a school, and the bell has just rung for the final time. Right now, He is using a spiritual fire to burn every old record and every limited label. The reason you experienced that heavy silence was not because He forgot you. That silence was the atmosphere of preparation. Delay is not denial. Pressure is not defeat. Isolation is not abandonment. Look at how God creates. He does not wait for the light to show up before He praises it. In the thick of the darkness, He commanded, "Let there be light." God's word is not descriptive, it is creative. He does not speak about what He sees. He speaks about what He intends to happen. Genesis chapter 1. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. You have spent too long describing your pain. You have talked about your wounds as if they were your final identity. But today, God is teaching you the vocabulary of heaven. Stop talking about the fire that is burning. Start talking about the purity that remains after the fire has finished its work. Remember the 3 young men in the fiery furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were not consumed by the flames of the enemy. The only thing that burned away were the ropes that were binding them. The enemy thought he was destroying you, but he was actually helping you become free from the chains you could not unlock yourself. In that furnace, a 4th man appeared, and right now, in the fire that is burning your history, that same 4th man is standing beside you. He is protecting your divine DNA. He is ensuring that your soul does not even smell like smoke. Consider Abraham. God called him the father of many nations when he did not have a single child. God did not wait for his body to be strong before releasing the promise. He spoke into his impossibility to create life. Faith is not an agreement with logic. Faith is an agreement with the voice of God. Romans chapter 4 verse 17. He calls those things which do not exist as though they did. If God is calling you a winner while you feel like a failure, it is because He sees what you cannot see yet. He sees the radiant version of you that rises after the ash is swept away. He looked at Gideon while he was hiding in a winepress. He did not call him a coward. He called him a mighty man of valor. God does not consult your current condition before He decides your future. He speaks to the seed inside, not the mud on the outside. He called Peter a rock when he was still unstable. He called Lazarus to come out when he was still a corpse. The power of the word is that it creates the evidence. It does not need the evidence to exist first. Why is this shift happening in the next 60 minutes? Because there are moments in spiritual history called kairos. This is when human time meets the appointed time of God. In this 1 hour, 10 years of waiting can be compressed. In this 1 hour, every injustice can be reversed. Do not measure God by your history. Your history is full of brokenness, but your destiny is full of glory. The silence of God in the last season was not absence, it was strategy. If He promoted you too early, the weight of the glory would have crushed you. He waited until you were fully surrendered. He waited until you were ready for your history to burn. Isaiah chapter 55, verses 8 and 9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. You do not need to understand the whole blueprint to take the next step. Understanding is not a requirement for obedience. Mary did not understand how she would conceive, but she believed. The Israelites did not understand how the Red Sea would part, but they walked. The disciples did not understand the cross, but the resurrection explained everything later. Your current confusion is not the end, it is a transition. Every step you take in the dark is opening a door of light. Stop looking back at the ash. The smoke rising is the incense of your victory. Your history is finished. Now, prepare for what is about to be revealed. Within the next 60 minutes, the atmosphere in the room where you are sitting will begin to change. You may feel a sudden warmth or a lightness in your chest that you have not felt in years. This is not your imagination. This is the frequency of heaven aligning with your physical reality. Because your history just burned, there is now a vacuum that the glory of God is rushing to fill. In this hour, you are moving from the version of you that was barely surviving to the version of you that was designed to reign. I see a vision of you standing in a place of total authority. You are no longer reacting to the storms. You are the one who speaks peace to the storms. The confusion that has clouded your mind for months is evaporating like mist in the morning sun. Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. You are entering your final form. This is the version of you that the enemy tried to abort in the womb. This is the leader that the wilderness was secretly training. I see you moving into a season of divine relocation. For some of you, this means a literal change of address to a land that matches the oil on your life. For others, it is a relocation of your status. You are being moved from the back of the line to the very front. In this 60-minute window, pay attention to your phone. Pay attention to the emails that arrive. Heaven is releasing a wealth transfer that is not based on your effort, but on your assignment. Doors that have been locked for generations are being kicked open by the Spirit of the Lord. You will receive phone calls that reverse years of lack in a single conversation. You will hear from people who once overlooked you, now asking for your wisdom. But this is not just about your personal comfort. You are being activated as part of a global remnant. You are a lighthouse in a world that is growing darker. As nations shake and systems crumble, you will stand as a monument of God's stability. You are becoming a solution for people who are lost. You are becoming a provider for those who are in need. The wealth coming to you is for the building of the kingdom and the healing of the broken. Look at your hands. They are being anointed for new blueprints. The creativity that was suppressed by trauma is being released right now. You will write books that change minds. You will build businesses that sustain families. You will speak words that break generational curses. Your voice will carry a weight that kings and leaders will have to acknowledge. This shift is accelerating time. God is compressing a decade of restoration into the next hour. The years the locust has eaten are not just being replaced, they are being multiplied. You are not late. You are being launched. The fire that burned your history has cleared the ground for a cathedral of purpose. I see you walking into rooms where you do not have to introduce yourself. Your reputation, built by God in the secret place, will precede you. The favor on your life will act like a spiritual magnet, drawing the right people and the right resources at the exact right time. You are no longer an orphan crying for bread. You are a child of the King managing an estate. In this hour, every legal claim the enemy had over your family is being dismissed in the courts of heaven. The spirit of fear is being replaced by the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. You will look at the things that used to terrify you, and you will laugh, not because the threats have disappeared, but because you have finally realized who walks beside you. Your final form is coming forth. It is a form that cannot be intimidated. It is a form that cannot be bought. It is a form that is fully awake to its divine origin. This is the shift. This is the new era. This is the reason your history had to burn. The smoke has cleared. The archives of your history have been successfully incinerated. But you cannot stay in the graveyard of what used to be. Ashes are a sign of what is gone, but movement is the sign of what is living. Your miracle is currently waiting on the movement you have been avoiding. For too long, you have been waiting on God to move, but right now, heaven is waiting on you to step. I command your spirit to wake up from the slumber of survival. Do not look back at the fire. Do not try to sift through the debris to find what was lost. If God let it burn, it was because it was meant to be fuel for your future, not a weight for your journey. Rise up, step forward, move. Your destiny is not found in your memory. It is found in your obedience. In this next hour, I challenge you to perform an act of prophetic activation. Do not just turn off this video and return to your old rhythms. Go to your desk and write down the vision God just whispered to your heart. Clean out that closet that holds the reminders of your past trauma. Delete the contact information of the people who belong to the version of you that just burned. Make the phone call you have been afraid to make. Build the altar. Sow the seed. Speak the word. The shift is not something that happens to you. The shift is something that happens through you. If you want to see the new thing, you must stop doing the old things. The land that matches your spirit is waiting, but it requires a footstep to claim it. Faith is not a feeling, it is a commitment to move, even when the ground feels unfamiliar. Let us seal this moment with a final decree of activation. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the fire. We thank you that our history no longer has a claim over us. Right now, I speak to every chosen one under the sound of my voice. I activate your courage. I activate your clarity. I activate your divine authority. I break every lingering spirit of hesitation. I uproot every seed of doubt that tries to grow in the ashes. I declare that you are no longer a victim of your story. You are the author of your glory. I decree that your hands are being equipped to build what was once impossible. I decree that your feet are being guided into rooms of influence and power. I declare that the next 60 minutes will be a witness to a supernatural reversal in your life. What was stolen is being returned. What was broken is being made whole. What was hidden is being revealed. Lord, let your fire continue to burn away anything that is not of you. Let your peace guard their minds as they step into this new era. Remind them that they are not alone. Remind them that they are covered. Remind them that they are hand-picked for this specific hour of human history. We declare that the old has passed away, and behold, all things have become new. Chosen one, look at your hands. They are empty of the past, so they can be full of the future. Look at your feet. They are free from the chains, so they can run toward the prize. The bridge to your bondage is gone. The only way is forward. The shift has begun. The hour is here. The world is waiting to see who you have become. As we conclude this sacred meeting, remember that your agreement is your power. If you have received this word, do not let it die in silence. Carry this fire into your world. Be the evidence that God is still in the business of restoration. Stay rooted in the Word. Stay ready in the Spirit. And never forget, you are not just a survivor of the fire. You are the one the fire could not stop. Thank you for being part of this prophetic alignment. Until we meet again, walk in your power, dwell in your peace, and step into the shift. God bless you. Amen. The final activation, the parable of the rusted key. But listen closely, chosen one, for revelation without maintenance leads to stagnation. Consider the parable of a man who spent 40 years wandering in the desert of lack. One evening, an angel appeared and handed him a master key made of pure gold. The angel told him, "This key opens the great treasury of the kingdom. Everything you have prayed for is behind that door." Overjoyed, the man ran to the door, turned the key, and walked into a life of abundance. For a season, he was satisfied. But as time passed, he grew comfortable. He stopped visiting the source of the key. He stopped bringing oil to keep the hinges moving. He stopped offering a portion of his harvest back to the land that fed him. He thought, "I have the key now. I no longer need to honor the process." Years later, a great storm hit his life. He ran to the treasury for protection, but when he placed the key in the lock, it would not turn. The key had lost its luster, and the lock had rusted shut from neglect. He had the tool, but he had severed the connection of honor that kept the door open. He realized too late that the key was not a trophy to be kept, but a relationship to be maintained. He had forgotten that the oil of connection is what makes the metal of the promise work. Many receive the word, but few maintain the frequency required to keep the door open. The cost of transformation and sacred exchange. Transformation is never free. It is bought with the currency of commitment. In the kingdom of the Spirit, energy requires exchange. You cannot expect to dwell in a high-frequency atmosphere of prophetic revelation while remaining anchored to a low-frequency habit of passive consumption. There is a cost to the shift. The cost is your willingness to stay in the fire. This is why our membership circle exists. It is not a subscription, it is a covenantal alignment. It is for those who say, "I am no longer a spectator of the move of God, I am a stakeholder in it." When you join this inner circle, you are declaring that you are committed to the long-haul journey of the remnant. You are providing the oil that keeps the hinges of this prophetic gate moving. By choosing to stay connected at a higher level, you ensure that your spirit remains in the heat of the refiner's fire, preventing the rust of the world from settling on your heart. The prophetic seed, activating the storehouse. Now, I speak to those whose spirits are vibrating with the urge to act. Understand this truth clearly. God does not need your money, but your obedience in seeding will activate his storehouse. Your seed is not a donation. It is your spiritual signature on the decree of your own breakthrough. When you sow into this ministry, whether it is a mite or a mountain, you are telling the heavens, "I trust the source more than the resource." You are moving from the realm of hoping into the realm of investing in your own divine future. This is an act of prophetic warfare. By releasing a seed today through the link in the comments or the super thanks, you are uprooting the spirit of lack and planting a flag of victory in the soil of your new season. You are not giving to a channel. You are sowing into the anointing that has broken your chains today, the decree of double honor. To those of you who have dared to move in faith today, I stand in the gap to declare this. Because you have honored the word, the word will honor you. I declare that the seed you have released today is being multiplied in the courts of heaven even as we speak. I speak a blessing of double honor over your household. I declare that the storehouses of heaven are opening over your finances, your health, and your peace. May the windows of heaven be unlocked for you, and may you never again know the drought of the desert. You have chosen to be a co-laborer with the move of God, and therefore you shall share in the reward of the move of God. The shift is complete. The activation is finished. Walk out of this moment not as a seeker, but as a possessor. Stay rooted, stay ready. You are chosen.